Just want to give you a teacher's perspective on Sports Day and just sports generally in school. Because I've seen a few recent videos from parents talking about how they really don't like the fact that Sports Day now isn't competitive. There are no winners and losers because it's this idea that everyone's a winner. As a teacher, I want to make it clear that I am not a fan of non-competitive Sports Day. I think it sends the complete wrong message. At my school, Sports Day has always been competitive, but also inclusive. We set it up so that everyone can take part, everyone is competing, but we have winners and losers in some races. But every child in our school is part of one of 4 teams or houses, and they can earn team points that build up over the year. So on Sports Day, we set up lots of different activities where every child takes part and is competing to try and win as many points for their team. Alongside that, every year group will then almost do trials to pick out certain children who will compete in races, 100 metres, long distance, relay, and so on. So it is done in a way that means everyone is included and everyone is competing, but then those children who excel in sports have the opportunity to showcase that. At my school, Sports Day has always been competitive, and it should be. Not because we want children to feel bad for losing, but because we want them to learn something far more important, which is how to handle both success and failure. You know, a big part of school is preparing children for the real world they're going to go into. Let's be fair, life doesn't hand out participation trophies. I wish it did sometimes, but it doesn't. In real life, you don't always get the job. You don't always win the award. So then the question is, what are we teaching children if we pretend otherwise in school? That you should never experience losing because it's not a nice feeling when you lose. Therefore, let's just avoid competition altogether. Now, it has been suggested that school children need more grit, need to learn how to be resilient. I'm telling you now, sport is one of the easiest and most powerful ways to do that. It's real, it's raw, you try, you fall, you get back up again. Like I say, a competitive Sports Day can still be inclusive. Everyone takes part, everyone is encouraged, everyone has fun. That doesn't mean we need to erase medals, erase winners, and have races without any outcomes. Because you've got to remember, for some children, Sports Day is their day to shine. It is their moment. They might not be the best readers, they might struggle with maths, but put them on a track and they are unbelievable. I've seen comments from some parents saying, well, my child doesn't like sport, therefore they shouldn't need to do it. You know, some kids don't love art, but they still have to do it. Some kids don't love science, but we still have to teach it. Teaching children to lose with grace, to win with humility, to try again with determination, it's not harsh. It's proper education. It's preparation for life. And it's why I think one of the most important things you can do as a parent and as a teacher is get kids into sport, which is why my kids play so much sport, both in and out of school. And this year especially, my children have had to face a lot of adversity with their sports. One of them didn't get picked for their rugby team, and it crushed him. It's crushed his confidence. But what do we do off the back of that? Do we allow it to then stop us making progress, or do we learn how to come back stronger, harder, and prove people wrong? That's why I think sport is really important, and why Sports Day needs to be competitive, and that's from the perspective of me as a teacher. Because it can still be inclusive, it can still be fun, we can celebrate the effort, the teamwork, and the winners. Because in my opinion, that is how we raise stronger, more resilient, more well-rounded children.